Yo, it's your boy with Smoke back for the Madden video. In today's Madden video, we're doing the Thursday night sim. And this Thursday night, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, this is a very big rivalry, pretty important division matchup. Now, both teams are not looking the greatest right now, so the division could honestly be up for grabs of who will be in second place. But let's go ahead and get into the picks. Jay is picking the Browns, Ovi's picking the Browns, but I am picking the Steelers. I'm the only one out of the ordinary. I just feel like the Steelers will be able to get it done, but I could definitely see why the other guys on the channel picked the Browns. Let's look at our record so far for the Thursday night sim. Jay is 1-1, Ovi's 1-1, I'm 1-1. We're all 1-1 besides Madden. Madden is undefeated on the year so far, so let's go and see if Madden keeps that streak alive. But before we go ahead and get into what Madden predicts, we are going to tell you the stats. So the passing stats for the Steelers, Mitchell Trubisky averaged, oh, by the way, this is out of 7 games, and then we divide by 7 to get a total average. That is how we are able to do this in the Madden simulation. But anyway, Mitchell Trubisky, 242 passing yards is what he got per average, and 1 passing touchdown, 0 interceptions. Jacoby Brissett had a total average of 203 passing yards, 1 touchdown, but he also had an average of 1 interception. Now, Jacoby Brissett, I mean, he's one of the better backups in the league, but at the end of the day, a backup is still a backup. Mitchell Trubisky, I don't know what he should even be. I could see Kenny Pickett coming in a couple of weeks. Mitchell Trubisky's not been great, but I mean, it's Mitchell Trubisky. He's not really bad either. Rushing stats, Najee, he averaged 75 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Now, we normally just say 1 running back per team, but the Browns, I feel obligated to just kind of tell you guys Chubb and Hunt stats just because they literally do work together. I mean, some weeks Hunt is better than Chubb. I mean, like, they are literally the definition of splitting reps. Not every time, trust me, they fuck me over in fantasy sometimes, but let's get into it. Chubb averaged 80 rushing yards with 0 touchdowns, and Kareem Hunt, Madden predicts Kareem Hunt will have a horrible game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They say Kareem Hunt's only going to get 39 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns, and I can maybe see it. It all depends who they're going to give the ball to more, but for the most part, they do split a good amount of reps. And then for receivers / tight ends, we go ahead in the channel. We look at the players who are up and they're receiving the most, and we qualify them as big games, and we say who was up there the most. So, for example, Chase Claypool was out of every game of this 7-game simulation, Chase Claypool was up there 7 times. So Chase Claypool, 7 out of 7 big games. Deontay Johnson, he had 5 out of 7 big games. George Pickens, he had 4 out of 7 big games. Those were the 3 people for the Steelers. Now the 3 people for the Browns. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he had 7 out of 7 big games. David Njoku, he had 5 out of 7 big games. And Amari Cooper had 5 out of 7. Now, I'm kind of shocked Amari Cooper only had 5 out of 7, considering he is the number 1, and he's the clear number 1. I don't think the Browns have a legit number 2. I mean, Peoples-Jones is underrated, don't get it wrong, but I don't know, to be a 2, especially when you don't have a solid quarterback starting, who knows? But this just proves my point of why I think the Steelers will win. But let's go ahead and see what Madden predicts. Madden says the Steelers are going to win the majority. They're going to win 5 out of 7 games, and it's a very low scoring game according to Madden. Steelers are averaging 18 points, while the Browns are only averaging 13. Very low scoring game, Madden says it will be, and I can honestly see it. None of these offenses are really that special. The Browns are a little bit better, but I mean, Jacoby Brissett's their starting quarterback, and David Njoku's nothing special. But let's go ahead and see who will win. Comment down your predictions down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And tune back next week for the next Thursday night sim when we break down who was right, who was wrong, and we sim the next Thursday night. All right, guys. Bye.